guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. Happy September, guys. Well, you know what that means. It is time for another updates video. So as most of you guys probably know, I just got back from our Disney World vacation. We did indeed have to fly to Orlando. We stayed for a week and we had an absolute amazing time. But as part of this updates video, I thought you guys might want to know what the parks are actually like right now, right? That's an update. So here we go. First, I want to announce that we've been back now 2 full weeks, and I can honestly say 100% we did not get sick. We do not have COVID. We did not get a cough. We did not even have a sniffle. We 100% felt very safe and did not get any sort of medical sickness whatsoever. For those of you who are concerned about that, just note that at least for us, in our case, we have been 100% COVID free. Now let's get into the information about the parks. First of all, the parks were empty. Unbelievably empty. And of course, this is a lower crowd season, thus why we went, but it was even lower than that. Now, I know personally as a travel agent, I've been getting lots of cancelizations. Clients are either worried about COVID, the Delta variant, other things we're going to discuss in this video, and everyone's just been canceling and the parks are empty. So if you're able to go to the parks like right now, this is indeed the time. And because the park was so empty, that means the wait lines were low, like super low. One day we rode Pirates of the Caribbean like 4 times in a row because it was walk on. Middle of the day, walk on, walk on, walk on. Crazy. So let's get into it a little bit further. So dining. I've been getting a lot of you asking me about table service dining. They are still social distancing those tables, which is why it's still a little bit harder to get some of those table service reservations. So just note that if you're a little worried about indoor eating, they are still social distancing those. Ride queues. So they still have up some of those plexiglass ride queue dividers, which I thought was very interesting because I thought they removed them all. They left them up in some of the indoor lines, probably just to kind of give that little safety barrier. They did, however, remove them on the ride vehicles, which I love, especially over at Kilimanjaro Safaris. If you guys have seen any of my videos per COVID, I really hated that vinyl screen they put up. So that is gone, which is great. Masks right now. So in the middle of our trip, they re-updated the mask policy and they basically said, outdoors, who cares? Do what you want outdoors. We don't care, mask, no mask, whatever. Doesn't matter your vaccination status or anything. But they are keeping masks indoors. So what this means is once you enter an indoor ride queue, or if you are in an indoor ride, you do have to mask up. But if you're on a ride like Slinky Dog, which is 100% outside, or Dumbo, you do not need a mask. So they're basically sticking to indoors, you must mask, and of course on transportation, you must mask. So when you guys see my park vlog videos that will be coming up, that is why I'm wearing a mask in some areas, because it's required on transportation and indoors. Fireworks. So I successfully watched Happily Ever After. I did post some of that on my Boo Bash video, and I will be posting an exclusive Happily Ever After video, which I shot on my tripod. So yeah, and we saw Epcot Forever. But I must let you guys know, for anyone who is COVID worried, pre-COVID fireworks are back, guys. That means crowds. Fill in all available space for the fireworks is 100% back. People waiting on the curb an hour in advance to get that primo spot is back. So if you are COVID nervous, maybe don't watch the fireworks up front and center. Maybe scoot back a little bit. For those of you who don't care and you just want fireworks, fireworks are back, guys. They are 100% back and amazing. And yes, I did indeed cry. But with that means transportation. So as soon as you exit any sort of nighttime show, everyone else leaves at the same time. And it's like a mass herd of people trying to get to their associated transportation. Everyone's kind of like mixing aisles here to get to the to get to the bus, to get to the monorail, to get to the boat, to get to their parking structure, whatever. So just know that if you are gonna watch those evening shows, either watch from the back so you can be the first person running to the bus, or maybe kick back a little bit, do some shopping, ride a ride, and don't exit with everyone else if you are indeed a little bit nervous. But yeah, all of that is back. Rope drop. Rope drop is back as well. I have mentioned this before. They are actually dropping a rope. Yep, it's pretty, I don't know. It's something I miss seeing, you know, because that's how I grew up, them dropping this rope. But yeah, rope drop is back. So they are kind of holding people back at certain points. Once the park officially opens and the announcement comes on the speaker, they then let everyone go. So if you are headed to the parks on rope drop, you kind of need to know which ride you want to ride first and go to the associated area so that you can be all prepared to run to Seven Dwarf Mine Train, Slinky Dog, whatever. And I just have to be honest, guys, I was super nervous about staying at Pop Century because they don't have the best reputation for transportation. I'm going to be 100% honest and say they rocked it. They killed transportation while I was there, not only at the resort, but in the parks, after Boo Bash, after Happily Ever After all those things. Normally you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting for a bus and your kids are crying. Nope, they were on point. After Boo Bash, we got to our Pop Century line and there were 3 buses right there just waiting for us. So I can't say that's gonna happen for you and your trip, but I can say that that was definitely a plus and a perk for our trip. We didn't wait any longer than 5 minutes for any bus at any time. And like I said, I saw those fireworks shows. So yeah, right now, not gonna lie, had an amazing time. I'm not sure why people are canceling, to be honest, because we had a blast. I get it, COVID, we're worried, but we did wear our mask the whole time in case anyone was curious. I know that's not the rules, but we went ahead and wore ours anyway, since I do have little kids. But yeah, the parks were amazing. But let's get into some actual updates. So while I was gone, a really, really big update kind of exploded the internet. And of course, I was in the parks when it all happened. I'm getting the alert on my phone, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh, what happened, Disney? So let's get into it. So the elephant in the room, guys, Fast passes are gone. They are dead. They are not returning, never, ever, ever, ever. Same thing with Max Pass. Max Pass is Disneyland's version of the Fast Pass system. All gone. Disney announced they are introducing a whole new system, which is complex and confusing, and it costs money. So I am gonna do an exclusive Genie Plus video later on once we have actual details and information, but I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys kind of the nitty gritty about it because I think for most people it's very confusing. Disney changed all the wording and they used complex words and it's just, we gotta simplify, guys, we gotta simplify. So basically, Fast Passes are gone. Pre-COVID Disney is essentially gone. So for all those people who are holding out because they want pre-COVID Disney, it's gone. Anything close to pre-COVID Disney is probably just gonna cost you money. So just note that all that pre-COVID stuff that we all loved and enjoyed, we gotta move on. We gotta move on to new Disney at this point. Basically, this point forward, we're in the new Disney. Old Disney is gone. We are gonna have to have a burial service for it because it's over. Moving forward, what we are gonna have is Genie, the Genie system. So first thing, 3 things were basically announced and they're very confusing because they all use the same words. But I think what you really need to know is Genie, just the word Genie without the plus sign, is a new complex system that is free. It is complimentary and it's part of your My Disney Experience app. It is basically a beefed up system or version of your My Disney Experience. So before, when you would go on My Disney Experience and mobile order and check wait times and all those things, that's still on there. That is still free. They just beefed up the system. They beefed it up to basically kind of organize and arrange your day per your needs and per your wants. So if anyone out there has heard of touring plans Touring Plans is a company that you could actually pay a subscription for, and they would kind of give you an itinerary for your day. You know, like 8 o'clock you should do Seven Dwarf Mine Train, 9 o'clock you should do this. Disney is taking that system that's very similar to Touring Plans, and they're gonna give you a real-time updated version of your itinerary of what you should do. Like, so if you put in, I wanna ride this and this and this, these are my interests, the Genie system, again, free, will update on the app and show you what ride you should do next. It's kind of like an itinerary building kind of platform that will be in real time. So if for some reason a ride breaks down or the line gets super long and you wanna like X that ride out of your plans, then it will kind of update for you. So this is kind of really revolutionary and very cool, because I know a lot of people out there are a little nervous. Once they enter the park, once I booked them that trip and we got them their meals and everything, and once they go through the turnstiles, it's kind of like, well, now what? So if you need an extra kind of thing to kind of guide you, that's what the Genie system will do, which is pretty cool. Now to get to the paid experience, again, Disney, you should have used a different word because it's very confusing. So Genie is free. Genie Plus, gotta add the plus, that is their new paid Fast Pass experience. Again, Fast Passes are gone, but it's similar, right? Okay, so instead of going through a Fast Pass line, you're gonna go through a Lightning Lane. It's the same thing. The line you would have taken to use a Fast Pass is now called the Lightning Lane. I'm gonna get into it. So Genie Plus is a paid experience, essentially Fast Passes, where you will get to basically skip the line by going through the Lightning Lane. Now here's some things about it that kind of make it confusing. First, unlike Fast Passes where you would get to schedule your stuff 60 days in advance and you could pick 3 rides ahead of time, this is in a real-time situation where you're picking the next available time to basically ride now. You get into the park and you select, I want to ride Pirates of the Caribbean. Closest time is 9:20. Well, it's 8:45. What are you going to do? Well, go ride something else, because at 9:20 you can start riding Pirates. Once you get on Pirates, you should be able to then select, oh, well, I want to do Splash Mountain. Well, the next Splash Mountain ride is, 11:20. So then you click that. Then you have to fill in your time between Pirates and your 11:20 Splash Mountain. So that's how it's going to work. You don't have to do it in advance. It's going to happen real time, right there in the moment. But again, you have to pay for it. So the price for Genie Plus is $15 per person per day of your trip. Now, Disneyland people, Max Pass, like I said, is going away. You're getting your own Genie Plus system. You, unfortunately, are $20 per person per day, but that's similar to the pricing of Max Pass. So, it's more Disney World people that are having a real huge upset about this, because we're not used to having to pay for our Fast Passes. Now, the other kicker about Genie Plus is they are only going to give you access to essentially tier 2 rides. So back when there was a Fast Pass system, they often would have the most popular rides at the top and you could only pick one of those. Then you would pick 2 of the tier 2 rides, kind of the less popular rides, your Small Worlds, your Winnie the Poohs, your Peter Pans, your Jungle Cruises, kind of your not so highly demanded rides. So Genie Plus to me is really great for families with littles who don't care about coasters. They just kind of want to get all the kiddie rides and all the rides without having to wait in too many lines, because little kids don't like lines. Maybe they're trying to maximize their day so they can get their kid to nap time by 2 o'clock. To me, this is a great option for those families with littles. Now, what do you do about those high demand rides? Nina, I want to ride Seven Dwarf Mine Train. I want to ride Ratatouille. How do I get a lightning lane for those? Well, that's the third option. Again, I told you guys this is confusing. They came up with the Lightning Lane individual pass, which is going to be a separate price. Again, the price will be determined based on ride, date, availability, popularity. Who knows? Disney hasn't released all the nitty-gritty, but basically you need to know that if you are really wanting to ride those highly demanded rides, you are going to have to pay a separate amount for them if you want to use the lightning lane, aka the fast pass lane, right? So if you want to ride Seven Dwarf Mine Train, you don't want to wait standby, you want to just get her done, you can pay, who knows, $15 a person, $20 a person, who knows what the price is going to be, so you can ride that one ride. Now Disney is saying you can get up to 2 of those highly demand rides in a day, and yes, they are going to be hopper friendly, so you could do one at Magic Kingdom and one at Animal Kingdom, whatever your plans may be. But again, you're paying per ride for those tier 1 highly demanded rides. Now here's the kicker. You don't need Genie Plus to then get the individual pass. You can get one or the other or both. So it's really something you can kind of pick and choose in the moment. Say you're at the park and you're with a group of friends and you just had dinner and you all want to ride something, but no one wants to wait in line, or the standby line is closed. Who knows? That could be a thing. But if you each pay X amount in money, you can all go on Ratatouille. Then at that moment, you can decide, hey guys, you want to pay? You want to pay? You want to go? And you can do it. What I love about this is you don't have to figure it out ahead of time. You can actually do it right there in the moment based on how you feel. Maybe you just ate. Maybe someone's cranky. Maybe you saw the ride and you're like, yeah, let's try it. So that's something kind of cool about this system. Again, the price and the exact rides that will be in the Genie Plus versus the individual pass availability system are unknown. We do know that Seven Dwarf Mine Train will be paid per ride, not part of the Genie Plus, but all the nitty-gritty, again, like I said, is not really something we know about. So just know this: Genie, which is on the app, free. Genie Plus, which is essentially fast passes, but they're the lower tier rides, are $15 per person per day. The Lightning Lane individual pass is based on in the moment availability at the time in the situation per ride for those highly demanded rides. The kicker, of course, is if you are going to stay on resort property, you get first dibs. You get to get your passes at 7 a.m. Anyone staying off property or a local is going to have to wait till they enter the park. So that is a little perk for those of you who stay at a Disney resort. So again, this situation, this paying thing is 100% optional. You do not have to choose to do this. You can choose to wait in a standby lane. And who knows, if half of the people decide to do Genie Plus, it might help even out the lanes. Maybe it won't be so bad for those people who choose to wait standby and not pay the extra dollars. These are things we are going to have to wait and see. Also, when does it come out? Who knows? Disney's notorious for giving these like bombs and not giving us the actual nitty-gritty. We don't know. Sometime this fall. That could mean tomorrow. That could mean November. Who knows? But just know it is coming. It is coming soon. And if you want it, it's going to cost you. I also want to note that they have kind of hinted at virtual lines, meaning at some point, if a standby line gets too long, they might slip that into a virtual queue. So you're not physically just standing there in the heat waiting in line. You actually get to stand virtual. I love virtual queues. Universal does them as well. What I love about them is you're not stuck standing in line. It's kind of like the disability pass. Not everyone can stand there in line. Not everyone wants to. So if you have the ability to virtually select a time, at no cost, by the way, because if it's not part of Genie Plus, it would be complimentary. You can go and grab a snack. You can go to the bathroom. You can go shopping. I mean, this is brilliant on Disney's part, because if you're not standing there in line, what are you doing in the park? You're spending money. You're buying Dole Whips. You're shopping. You're exploring. You're riding another ride. This is great. So Disney, I hope you do more virtual queues as part of the standby line. Not necessarily as part of Genie Plus, because some of us like some freebie stuff, But yeah, absolutely love the idea of virtual lines. So hopefully I didn't make this too complicated for you guys. And I know a lot of people have been wondering, well, Nina, what do you really think? I kind of presented that a little bit. My take, first of all, as a travel agent, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan of having to tell my clients that you have to pay more money for something that was once free. I don't like having to tell my clients that if they want to do X, Y, and Z, they have to pay more money. In fact, this system, although not out yet, has upset so many of my clients that they've canceled their vacations. That's really kind of heartbreaking for me because not only does it hurt my business, it's very sad that these families have been telling their kids they're going to Disney, the kids are excited, and then the family cancels because they don't want to have to deal with the lack of fast passes and doing Genie Plus. This is very sad for me. It's unfortunate, but I digress, right? As a park goer, as a personal, enjoyer of the park, no, I'm not a fan of paying money. Who is? Who wants to pay more money for something they once got free? However, I love Disneyland's Max Pass. Loved it. I was more than happy to pay for Max Pass to have the convenience of selecting my next ride without having to run to the ride and getting an actual paper fast pass. I loved clicking into a ride, say Jungle Cruise. While we're in the line, the family and I are looking at the next ride that we can do next. Absolutely loved that. So I think this is what Disney's thinking. They realized that Max Pass worked so well at Disneyland that that's similar to what this Genie Pass system is. So I'm hoping I'm gonna love it. Am I gonna love paying more money? No, of course not. But I also like the idea of not having to do it 60 days out. I can't tell you how frustrating it was for my clients. Well, Nina, how do I know what I want to ride 60 days out? How am I going to know what I'm doing at 2 o'clock? It was always very difficult for me to try to explain this to clients and help them arrange and understand that this is just the way life is at Disney. The ability to do it in the moment that day is nice. It's nice. It's nice that you're not like waiting around in Tomorrowland because your fast pass is in an hour, and if you leave to go to a different land and come back, then you've just wasted a lot of time and got hotter. It's nice knowing that you can do it real time in the moment. So I get we don't want to pay more money, but I'm trying to be positive in the fact that we just might love this system. We just might. I know unknowns are scary, and Disney presented this huge bomb without a lot of detail, and it freaked everyone out. I get it. I don't want to pay more money either, but it could be a good thing. Cost money is never a good thing, right? But it could be a good thing, especially like I said, for families with littles, families who are just trying to get on the rides and they don't want to aggravate their little kids any further with long waits. This could be very helpful for them. I really like the idea that you don't have to pay for Genie Plus to then get the Lightning Lane individual pass. I like the fact that they are not, you can pick or choose, right? You can do both or you can do one or the other. It's not like, you have to get the Hopper pass so then you can add the Water Parks and More pass. I like that they're independent of each other. In the end, I get why Disney did this business-wise. I get that they could be hurting a little bit for funds. I mean, COVID definitely caused some issues. Everyone's canceling right now. No one's in the parks. No one's spending money. And I get it. Am I a fan of having to spend more money? No. But I'm hoping as time passes and fast passes are a thing of the past and we're all just used to Genie Plus, that maybe we can just move on. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to be hopeful. I don't like it. I didn't like it when the information first came out, but I'm trying to be hopeful because I'm gonna still be vacationing at Disney. I might have to do it a slightly different way. I might have to book a slightly cheaper room. I might have to look at my spending, but it's not really gonna prevent me from going to Disney World because again, I can opt to not get it. I can opt to just not purchase it and wait in the standby line or hopefully get a virtual queue. So I hope this helped. Again, I'm gonna do a more thorough Genie Plus video once all that information comes out. But let's move on to another big update that came out, which is annual passes. Do you guys see my ears? It's the special annual pass ears. Absolutely love them. Again, I'm not going to go into crazy details about this because not everyone is interested in being an AP, but for those of you who are APs or interested in becoming an annual passer for Disney World, that has finally happened. Woohoo! Starting September 8th, you can get an annual pass, which is great. However, of course Disney changed things. Of course they did. It's Disney. Biggest change? Of course they increased the price. I mean, it's Disney. Everything is increasing. Gas costs more, groceries cost more, and now your annual pass will cost you more. Not a huge shocker there. Disappointing, but not a huge shocker. The thing that kind of annoyed me the most is they changed the names. They kind of went with some cute names, you know, like the Sorcerer Pass, the Pixie Dust Pass, the Pirate Pass, or whatever they were. I'm going to post. Kind of confusing. I kind of preferred the old pass names, you know, because I kind of knew what gold and silver and who, you know, who is higher than who when you talk about those sort of things. We all know that gold is higher than silver, and that made more sense. But, you know, who's higher, sorcerers or pirates? I don't know. They're both pretty cool. So that's a little interesting that they chose to do that. I get that they were trying to be creative. The other thing they did is they adjusted the blockout dates. So for those people who get the first 3 passes, which are designed for Florida residents or DVC, they get blockout dates. And so they adjusted those blockout dates, which have frustrated many APers because they were used to the traditional blockout dates that they've always had. Disney has added more holiday blockout dates in the past, so make sure you guys check that out. They also reduced the options. So there used to be several different types of passes you could get, especially if you were a Florida resident or a local. Disney has reduced it to only 4 options, and like I said, 3 of those are for Florida residents or DVC. Only 1 of those options are for people like me, out-of-state people who have to fly and make big trips of it all. We only have 1 option. Luckily, our 1 option doesn't have any blockout dates, which is great for me because we frequently go over the holidays. The big thing that I hate about the updates to the AP, I know none of us like price increase, right? But it was expected, is they removed our complimentary photo pass / memory maker option. So for APers, we were always able to get unlimited pictures taken by cast members as part of our pass. Now it's an add-on. We have to pay $99 extra to add on that option. I get it, prices are going up everywhere, but it's a little unfortunate that Disney, Genie Plus, and the the upcharge for AP all kind of came out within a couple weeks of each other. People's minds are kind of exploding with all this price increase. Which is unfortunate. But yes, if you want to get the pictures in your pass, it's an extra $99. If you want to add on water parks and more, it's also an additional $99. But this is what I'm thinking. And again, I haven't called Disney, but I'm a family of 4. We're all APs, right? Or we will all be APs. Only one of us really needs the photo package, right? My kids don't need the photo package. If they're always getting their pictures taken with me and it's on my account, don't only I need the photo package, so therefore I shouldn't have to pay $99 times 4. I should only have to pay $99 for, say, my AP, since then everything's always under me anyway. So that's going to be interesting. I can't wait to ask Disney that question, because if I have to pay $99 times 4, that's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. All right, so what are the positives about these new APs? Well, I will tell you. We're getting a new magnet, guys. Woo, woo. Is the upcharge worth a new magnet? I don't know, but I'm excited to get a different magnet because all of our magnets kind of look like this. And I have many of them. So to get a new magnet, which I will post, is, yeah, it's pretty exciting. So yeah, new magnet, party. The other thing that they did for the APs, which is kind of nice, is they gave us more park pass reservation availability. So for those of you who didn't realize, APs could only secure 3 park pass reservations at a time. which is difficult for locals because, you know, if they really want to go Christmas Day and they really want to go Halloween Day, then they only have one pass and they can't go in between those other holidays. I mean, it's kind of frustrating, right? Because you obviously want to secure those popular days right away. Depending on the park pass that you choose, you know, one of 4, you could get up to 5 park pass reservations at a time, which is better for those locals because they can actually add more days onto their week or their month of when they're going to go to Disney. So that's great. Of course, and I'm going to get this question, so I'm going to let you know, if you are an APer who also has a Disney resort vacation package, you get to book however many days are on your package, right? So you can book technically more than 5. So if you're staying on Disney property for a week, then you can book that week's worth. You're not limited to just the 5 or however many are in your level of pass. So just note that if you are staying on Disney property as a resort guest, that kind of trumps the number that you would get just as an AP, say, driving from your house. So I know many people have been asking that question. Just know that's policy now, and that will be policy going forward. As an AP, like I said, I can only book 3 days in advance, but I go to Disney for a week long, so I could book the 8 days of our vacation plus the additional 3 random days throughout the year. So just note that. All right, this is an updates video, and I've been talking a lot about Disney Plus and AP, so let's throw in some updates. You guys ready for some updates? All right. Space 220, who is looking forward to that? Who knows what that is? Space 220 is an independent, non-Disney owned restaurant that has been opening at Epcot for years. Yes, for years. It was announced pre-COVID that it was opening up, and then COVID happened. They had issues with chefs and menus, and who knows? Space 220, the new revolutionary restaurant over at Epcot that is really going to take us to the moon and to outer space while we eat our fine dining, is finally opening. They have an opening date, September 20th. So here, this month, you can try to get reservations at Space 220. Of course, what we don't know, thanks Disney, as always, they didn't give us a booking date. So we have no idea when we can actually try to secure that restaurant, but note that it's coming. So look out for it if you are coming anytime soon to try to get reservations at Space 220. Now, things to know about Space 220 is it is a pre-fixed meal menu price situation. So again, Disney dropped the bomb with not a lot of information. We don't know the cost of these meals, but just note that lunch is a 2-course meal, dinner is a 3-course meal. Whatever price it is, that's what you're paying, and then obviously you would look at the options and select your entree, appetizer, dessert, whatever. Just note that that is the situation. But yeah, finally, Space 220, which has been rumored to be opening for years, is finally coming about. And I, of course, like everyone else, am hoping to get a reservation because I'm headed back to the parks for the 50th. Another update, the Polynesian monorail that has been trying to open for weeks now. Well, new rumor, cast members are being seen testing those monorails as early as 2 days ago. So there is a chance the Poly monorail could be opening, I don't know, this week, next week. Usually when they have cast members out there testing, that means they're getting ready. So hopefully I can finally announce the Polynesian monorail is officially open, and then that means the monorail will be working full circle, all 3 of those resorts, both Magic Kingdom and Epcot. So if you are headed to the Polynesian sometime soon, look out for that monorail because it could be working very, very soon. And of course, the last update we have is Disney is still decorating for the 50th. They just put out a new giant 50th sign right in front of Magic Kingdom. They've been putting up little banners over at Animal Kingdom. So they are definitely pushing forward with this 50th anniversary. They've been announcing more of the interactive kind of gold statues they've been putting up. I think they said they were putting up 50 character statues. So that's pretty cool. Excuse me. And I forgot to announce it in the Genie Plus area. They are adding the word lightning lane to those fast pass area queue signage. So when you would walk to a ride and it would say the fast pass lane, it now says lightning lane. So yeah, Disney's moving ahead with this situation, but it has to make you wonder if they're quickly getting rid of the word fast pass and adding the word lightning lane, how soon will this come about? How soon will this so-called Disney fall date be happening? It feels like it could happen sooner than later. As always, guys, I am here to give you all the updates that matter and the true updates, right? I am not a clickbait YouTuber. All this stuff is fact and from Disney Direct. So as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it was on the long side, but we had a lot to discuss. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, and comment. I am trying to stay positive. I know a lot of you are hating right now, hating all the upcharges. But if anyone has anything positive to say about Genie Plus or the new APs, please let me know. We know the negative side, guys. I know what it is. People just don't want to spend the extra money. It's hard right now. It's rough to be introducing all these things at cost. Further cost is difficult. But if anyone is looking forward to Genie Plus and loves the concept of being able to get their passes in the moment versus 60 days ahead, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. But as always, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye.